Hello, welcome to making snowshoes. Whoa. So this right here that you can see here, this is my snowshoe bending form. Yeah, it's made about 5 feet long ish and 18 inches wide, and I used a set of 2x4s. And I cut a curve on the profile so that you can make the upturn in your snowshoes. It's very important. This is a form that can have snowshoes bending on either side. So if you make it like this, you can bend a full set at once. And so yeah, so I have a little block right there, and that's where when I'm bending, the toe end of the snowshoe goes into. And then, as you can see, I've traced out my pattern on here. And so I use a variety of clamps to attach the wood pieces to this form. This here is something I use to hold it down, hold the front down. I use this piece too. I take a drill, I bend it, I hold it down, I screw it down right here. So that helps get the upturn right. And then I use a whole bunch of clamps. So I take a C clamp and I put a clamp right here to clamp the tail end of the snowshoe together. Put a clamp here, and that's usually most of it that I need. Snowshoe bending form. Right here I have very 1-inch pieces of plywood that I ripped to make this curve. Yeah, that's a snowshoe bending form. This right here is my snowshoe boiler. It's made out of a 6-inch steel auger pipe that I got from my grandpa's farm, from my late grandpa's farm. Yeah. So as you can see, I welded the ends shut, and I cut this hole. And when I'm boiling, I cover it up with tin foil, so that creates a nice seal. And what I do is, I put it on top of this wood stove. I put it on top of my wood stove here, and then I boil the wood for 2 to 3 hours. But I will also say it's important to soak the wood that you want to bend to make into snowshoes. You want to soak it for, I would say, 12 hours. At start, yeah. Soak it for 12 hours, then boil it in your boiler for another 2 to 3 hours, and then put it on the form, and then it should work. And I would say always try to have an extra piece in there, because sometimes when you're bending, it will break. Sometimes it breaks, and if you have an extra piece, then you can salvage your bend, and you're not up the creek. You can still complete your project. I was going to say something else. I should do a bending video. It's kind of hard, but yeah. So these are the type of things that you have to make prior to being able to make snowshoes. Come up with whatever you can. This is about 60, this is a bit over 5 feet long, so it works well for the Ojibwe style, to make a 12 by 60 Ojibwe snowshoe. Kind of like these over here. These are some that I've made. Those are, the ones on the right are 60 inches long. and about 10.5 wide. Those are the first pair that I made, and I've definitely made several mistakes on those, and I've learned from that. And this here is a pair that I made before I really got serious about bending accurately. You can see they're kind of two different sizes. However, they still should have good flotation. So I'm hoping to take those out soon. That's why using a pattern is important. If you don't have a pattern, one side might bend, as evidenced right here. One side will bend differently. So you really want to use a pattern and use something that'll help, so your wood will bend the same every time and bend accurately, right? Bending is one thing, bending accurately is another. Yeah, so this is the stuff they need to come up with prior to being able to bend. You need some type of frame to bend them on, and some type of thing to boil or steam them in, right? And clamps. Get yourself a few clamps. Yeah.